Hello, happy birthday, Cancer. Welcome to your end of July reading, full mid-July reading. So my birthday is coming up here pretty quick. I'm very excited. Okay, let's take a look at the energies of what's going on for you right now. Love begins on the underside of the deck and on the top. There's a lot of that love begins shadow energy. Oh, what work do we have to do? Yeah, it looks like work. Number 18 card, that's July 18th, my birthday. I suspect I'm going to get a message here. Movement, choices, decisions. Number 2 card. Oops. Fulfillment of wishes. And I'm going to take this other one because it wanted to come out. Conflict and defeat. Fulfillment of wishes, conflict and defeat. Okay, we're going to be looking at what all that means. Let's take a look at what the tarot has to say. So what are the energies, Cancer, for July? This card is bugging me right now. I'm not sure why. Conflict and defeat. Sometimes things can be a struggle, but that looks like a pretty defeated attitude. So let's take a look. Justice. Libra energy on the bottom side of the deck, right? This would be like the Ace of Cups energy. I always look at Libra as the energy of what decisions will you make that you'll be proud of looking back on them. All right, let's take a look at, first of all, the shadow. Giving and receiving energy equally. Good. Ace of Pentacles. Something new getting started. And I was like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. 2 of Swords, the decision that you have to make. And I think this is really looking at what your intuition needs to tell you. Every planet, every sign has a higher and lower vibration. And you have to pick where you are in that vibrational level. That's how you know you're growing. So when you start out with, this is great energy, giving and receiving energy equally, right? So what goes wrong? It's like the Hierophant to me is, this is what I get, trying to take control of power, right? There's someone that you think is like, oh, could be good, but then you find out there's a lot of ulterior stuff going on. And the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. And then this 2 of Swords, you need to make a decision. And I think you're going to need to trust your intuition. I do believe that there's a lot of energy going on for corporate America, all of these other things that are, they're trying to figure out, okay, how many people do we really need? We're going to be like doing, we're going to be using some of this new technology to replace people. And then, so we're going to change things or we'll make new rules and I think that's the same thing for AI too. It's going to have its place. I think it'll have a good place for everybody and be useful, but then it's got its dark side too. Everything does. And you need to be aware of that. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to utilize some things? That's the decision you have to make. So to me, this feels like much more of a bigger decision thing so far. So movement and choices and decisions. You know what us everyday people get to do? Carry water, chop wood, do our work, do our good work. Because this energy that's swirling around, that's in the, I'll call it in the collective energy for people who live in fear, live in anger, it's not going to work. And trying to change anything by using anger or fear won't work. You have to be in that energy of, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to be happy what I'm doing. And you'll see people that are angry go, why are they happy? I want some of that. What are they doing that keeps them so happy all the time? Don't live in fear. That can control you. Don't live in anger. That can control you. So what else do we have here? I'm not picking any sides. I'm just saying the best thing you can do for yourself is not live in fear. I trust too many people, and deservedly so. Page of Swords. What can you learn? What are you learning? What do you find valuable? I'm Gemini rising. I find knowledge extremely valuable. How to? How do I do this? What's the beginning? What can I start? What ideas can it give me? That's this whole energy of doing the work. Because I think a lot of times when we get rid of these higher level trickle down things from bigger corporations, that doesn't work. It's the local community. It's the people that are working together, movement, choices, decisions. And I think a lot of people are going to do moving to different locations and places that make them happy. So what is the other card underneath here? Ah, the Magician. Yes. Using alchemy, taking the knowledge, taking what's around them, taking their beliefs, and making magic with it. And this is one of the things I really love about this particular magician. You can't tell if it's a woman or a man, and it doesn't matter. The power is there, right? To control your own choices, right? So I'm interested to see the fulfillment of wishes and conflict and defeat. Okay, that's why. Okay, just got a nice download. It's all in how you look at it. I look at things as the fulfillment of wishes. I look at things not from fear or anger, but out of what can be done. What can I do? What can I do to help someone else? What can someone else do to help me? And it's not just about you giving. You have to learn to receive too. It takes a long while when you have a lot of Virgo energy, which I do, and Cancer energy. There's that natural giving that is all part of that energy. And I think this other side that people are not wanting is that, they don't choose this other energy. They're the ones living in fear. They're the ones living in anger, conflict and defeat. Conflict will only get you defeat sooner or later. Conflict will only bring you defeat sooner or later. And that is what this is telling us. This is pretty interesting energy, I have to say, because it is saying that there's choices. Okay, let's take a look at this. Queen of Pentacles. King of Cups. Okay, let's go over to this conflict and defeat. Hold some extra just because I can. I can do what I want. Fulfillment of wishes. Look at this energy. Look at this. Not angry, not worried. And she's the queen, but she chooses to be outside, outdoors, enjoying where she's at, being in the now moment. Same thing with the King of Cups. So you have earth and water energy, very feminine energies, receiving energy. This is also about self-care. And this is too, but it's more of an emotional care. And this is the Page of Cups, that puppy love, trust, right? That energy. So I think that what you can do for this conflict and despair is recognize it. Recognize, are you using fear or having anger, or are the people around you doing that? Because you are who you surround yourself with. So you're like, well, I'm not angry. If you are around people that constantly, then you need to do, this is from a higher perspective, and protect your energy, right? This is protecting your energy. And maybe it's your job as a light worker to be there. Could be. But then you have to protect your energy. That's important. So let's take a look for the Cancer energy. Like, oh yeah, I understand now. I understand. We are, most of the people that I'm around are very much in the energy of not anger. They're more curious about learning things, right? But I do deal with people who are at the crossroads, who are in fear, legitimately so, because they're coming up to a big upheaval in their life. And things are changing in such a rapid way, and things are going to be rapid, that they need to get in touch with their own emotions and self and intuition. And sometimes it's hard to do that when you don't know how to protect your energy. I think that's very true. So I think they're in a learning process too. And that's something we all need to be giving grace for. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Change is inevitable. This is the number 11 card. So those of you that are getting the 111 or any kind of 11 messages, Divine Dragon. It's like my favorite card. I'm number one. I'm a huge dragon fan. Love dragons. This is the Divine Dragon. And in this message, in this card, it's the dragon chooses you. And your question should be, why did the dragon choose me? Because they did choose you. There's something that they see in you that syncs with them. They recognize something that you don't see. Your great wave awaits. There's a lot of strong energy coming in. It'll mean a lot of change. But there's people out there that will help guide you along that way, as long as you remain open and take things one step at a time. What is my priority for today? I can only change what's going on for me in this moment. So how can I make the best of it? And then it gets better. You make it better. Another moment comes and you make that moment better. And it builds a wave. We're coming through a lot of change. There's no denying it. But we are going through, as a collective, an evolutionary change. And if you are not living in fear or in anger, you're on a higher timeline, and you're not getting as big of waves as some of the people in the collective that are dealing with that anger. They're like this, it's up and down, right? You're like more like this. This is doable right here. It's doable. And especially if you have people around you that are like not losing their heads either. Like, okay. Because change only comes because we haven't made the right decisions. This kind of huge change comes to make things better. It's not without pain, though. So you just get ready and you get a really great tribe together and hang out. I think it'll be fine. I'll see you soon. Bye.